Hello again. It's always great to see you. And I'm just so proud that you've got this far on the course and you're just plugging away at it, turning up, showing up, putting the effort in. Now, all these great techniques that you're getting is just tools that you can apply and find out what's best for you. Now, things like EFT that we've just covered, it's a great tool to practice when you're not really struggling. On a good day, when you're feeling good, that's a good time to practice it so that when you actually need it, when you're struggling, when you're feeling all that anxiety and stress building up, then you know what to do and you can just apply it and make it work for you. Okay, so do practice it on the good days as well as the bad days. And that way it makes it so much easier when you need it. You can just plug it out and practice it, apply it, and you'll start to feel better. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is the vagus nerve. Now, the vagus nerve is a long nerve from the back of the cranium all the way down through your body. Basically, is what connects your organs to your brain or your brain to your organs, whichever way you look at it. And it's got just as many nerve receptors as your brain has. So it's a very important part of your body. And it's basically what makes us feel the way we feel when we feel things physically. So when you have an emotion like anxiety or even love, we quite often feel that in the pit of our stomach or in our heart or in our chest, and we have a physical sensation. And that is all stimulated by the vagus nerve. Now, I'm going to attach an audio to this, the next worksheet, which is going to go really into detail about the vagus nerve. And you'll be able to listen to that on an audio format on your phone or in the car when you've got a bit of time, so you don't have to spend too much time with this whole video thing that we're doing now. What I've got shortly coming up is just a 2-minute example of how to stimulate your vagus nerve. Okay, and so watch it a few times, practice it a few times, and see how you get on. It's a great technique. I use this on a regular basis, probably at least weekly, when I'm feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit tight in the neck and shoulders. And you'll see why when you listen to the whole video and listen to the audio and when you actually practice it, and you can see how well it can help you out. So all I want you to do today is watch the video and practice it, because the vagus nerve gets stuck, or when we've got problems with our vagus nerve, we get stuck in chronic states of mobilization or immobilization with fear. Okay, and anxiety breeds fear, stress breeds fear. It all comes back down to that survival sensation that we need to foretell what's bad things are going to happen, so that we can go into survive mode, flight, freeze. And Dr. Rosenberg develops a very simple treatment which can help remedy both of these chronic states. By activating the ventral vagus nerve, you can improve your overall well-being, and it's just a 2-minute exercise. He developed a very simple exercise, which he calls the basic exercise, and it takes about 2 minutes to do. Okay, it is that simple. And although it is incredibly simple, this exercise really does activate the ventral vagus nerve, which of course means it increases your social engagement. But the basic exercise also increases mobility in the neck and spine, as well as up in the blood flow to the brainstem, where all the cranial nerves originate from. So you can imagine how effective this can be, not only emotionally, but physically. Okay. And you can imagine if you're getting more blood and oxygen to your brain, you're going to be able to think clearer, think better, think faster. So it has a lot of benefits, which is why I tend to use it, certainly at least on a weekly basis, if not twice weekly. And even if you haven't got a problem with your vagus nerve, doing this exercise is not going to cause you any further problems. Okay, it's only ever going to benefit you. So you can do it as much as you like. So here we go. Watch the video, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, now what we're going to do is a complete demonstration of the basic exercise. It's always best to try it first lying down, and after a bit of practice, you'll be able to do it sitting up. First of all then, weave your fingers of your hands together and then place your hands behind your head. And what we're looking for is to be able to feel those bony parts of the back of the skull, the weight of your head in your hands, which will allow your muscles of your neck to relax. Keeping your head completely still, just look to the right. And we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds or maybe even longer, maybe even as long as a minute. And what we're looking for is that feeling of relaxation, and it might be through yawning, sighing, or even taking a deep breath. Once you've felt that trigger, then you can bring your eyes back to the middle. Just pause for a moment there as you reset, and then take your eyes to look to the left. And again, 30 seconds or maybe even as long as a minute, we're waiting for that feeling of relaxation through a yawn, a sigh, or even a deep breath. And once that's happened, you can then take your eyes back to the middle. And that is Rosenberg's basic exercise.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It is so simple, but please do try and practice it lying down first. Okay, I quite often find myself doing it in the evening when I'm lying on the sofa, hands behind my head, watching a bit of TV, and I'll just start practicing the eye movements and engaging my vagus nerve. And immediately I can start to feel more relaxed, a lot calmer, and feel a lot better about it. So I hope you find it very easy. Practice it a few times, try and do it daily to start off with, and see if you notice the difference. See if you can actually start to notice the different sensations in your body, that, how much your anxiety and stress becomes less. It's an amazing technique. It's so simple, and yet it is just so effective. So I'll hopefully see you soon, and please just practice all these techniques and see what one works for you. And when you get a chance, listen to the audio. It's going to be in the following worksheet after this one. It's only about 10 minutes long. It's not a massive audio, but it's just a lot of detail, a lot of information into it, so you can easily rewind and replay it so you can understand it all. But it's quite a clinical bit of information, but it's worth a listen. It's very much worth a listen. Okay, and it tells you a little bit of history behind Dr. Rosenberg himself as well. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you again soon. You take care. Goodbye.